What's up, YouTube? George, a Silver Hunter back. And a lot of you have been asking why I haven't posted a half-dollar hunt in the last couple of weeks. Well, today we're going to have a little bit of a fun look at me trying to make you guys a fun video. So hang out, have fun, and watch probably the worst half-dollar hunt ever to be posted on YouTube. All right, well, here we go with me trying to film an intro. I am going through talking about what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this box. It's my typical intro, right? I just talked about how we came off a really good box, and I'm pointing to the upper right-hand corner where you can see my last really good video. And I'm really hopeful at this point in the hunt that this is going to be something fun. Now, as usual, I've opened this box at the bank because they like me to. I've checked for enders, and we're hopeful at this stage that we're going to find some silver. And keep in mind, most of my videos are one take only. I record them as I open them. I don't re-edit. I don't go back and reopen rolls. I just go with it. So here we are cutting to literally the very end of the box. We've gone through, at this point, 45 rolls. We've found absolutely nothing. And in the hopes of making this interesting, I cut through to open the last 5 rolls, hopefully to find at least an NIFC to make this interesting so that I can salvage this box of halves. Now we're going to fast forward through this because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We don't find anything. So the worst part of this is these were 2 boxes that I got from Fifth Third right after that last really good box of silver. So again, super excited to be getting into a second box. It's a sister box. We are all too hopeful that there's going to be some silver. We've got some old cruddy looking coins. This one's got to be better than the last one. So as you can see, we ripped right through that box and we found yet again not even a lonely NIFC, so we've had to cut to a fully rewrapped box, and those little 3D printed tubes in the upper right hand corner are little designs of my own that help me roll these coins a little bit faster. So let's get into the next box. So it's been a couple of days. I took those last 2 boxes back to the bank. I've got another box or 2. I'm super excited to get into them. So excited in fact that I didn't even take the time to straighten up my camera. But that's okay because we've got a new box. We've got some marked coins and we're hopeful to find some silver and finally create some video that will interest you guys and put some silver in my stack. And as usual, we jump right into it. So at this point as a creator, you start thinking, this is kind of crazy. And to make this box a little bit interesting for myself, I actually took the time to pull all of the bicentennial half dollars because I had a viewer ask if I could send them some bicentennials. And in this box, I ended up with over 7 full rolls of bicentennials. But unfortunately, I did not keep them and send them to this viewer. It's something that I will do at some point, but I was trying to get through as many boxes as I could to get you guys some really fun content. So I wanted to go pick up more boxes. So unfortunately, we rewrapped these bicentennials, took them back to the bank, and gave it the good old college try one more time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you can see it in the background. I'm about to bring it into the foreground. But in this third box, we did finally get a beat-up NIFC. It's worthless. It's worth 50 cents. But, you know, I always try to tell people if you do find these and you're doing an album, NIFCs can be fun to collect. Unfortunately, I've done so many books that that's just going right back to the bank. So here we are getting into box number 4 of the hunt. And it is another Brinks box from our local Fifth Third. Again, as usual, super excited to break into this box. As usual, there are no enders, no NIFCs, nothing to get too excited about, but as usual, we are hopeful, and we're going to try again. And unfortunately, like the last box, we are already all the way to the end with our coins wrapped. Now I'm short here because I pulled a bunch to take back to the bank in an attempt to get a box of nickels over the weekend and couldn't find anybody to give me nickels, but I did want to make sure you guys saw that I found another 2017 Philadelphia NIFC, again worthless, but it is a find, so I like to show them off. So now we have to get into box number 5. So it's at this stage as a creator or a coin roll hunter that I kind of had decided I was going to throw away all of the video from the last 4 boxes because with nothing really to show you guys, I figured, maybe I would intersplice this intro with me showing off those couple of NIFCs, or maybe those boxes with just rewrapped halves and just kind of calling it a day and starting over with a 2-box hunt so we could call it a $1,000 hunt or something like this. Keep in mind, I'd spent the last couple of probably, call it 10 days or so, getting and going through boxes without anything to show for it. So this is where, for me, it's how do I salvage what I have or throw it away and just start anew? So that's what I try here. As usual, you can see me going through my intro and showing off the first roll, but alas, we find nothing in this first roll. Let's see what happens next. So here we go, fast forwarding through this first roll where we found nothing and immediately get to cut to the end of the box. Now in this one, we did at least find a couple of NIFCs. So we got away from the complete skunk, but finding some 04s and 06s and 2015s and 2019s, they're just NIFCs, and unless you're making books, not terribly interesting. There's no real value here. So what do? We add on another box. And at this point, I didn't even do a great intro. I'd already actually just left the box open because I didn't feel like I needed to explain and show you guys me opening the box. Hopefully at this point, I've earned your trust that these are legit boxes from the bank, especially since I'm showing you how hard it is to make a video like this with finds. And again, we cut all the way to the end because all we found was 4 NIFCs. The one thing that I would say that was a little bit exciting was the 2021 find there on the far right-hand side. I don't get a lot of 2021s in Atlanta, so I get excited when I do find those. There were so many released to the public, they're not worth anything, but because I don't see them often, I do get excited by them. So here we go with box number 7. As usual, doing my intro, super excited to hopefully find some silver. We're $3,500 in. We're now definitely 2 full weeks into this hunt. Just praying to be able to make a decent $half video for you guys. And boom, we have another empty box with one lonely find, a 2015 Denver. So unfortunately, this is box number 8. It is the last box that I filmed before I did a 2-box Wells Fargo hunt on a live stream, which also, while not skunks, we did not find any silver. We found a commemorative. But this box number 8, I didn't even film like an outro for it because we found nothing. It was another skunk. So out of those 8 boxes, we had very, very little to show for it. And for those of you that love coming to my channel and love watching $half hunts, this has unfortunately been becoming far too common that I've had to go through sometimes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes before I find something interesting. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight into that and just kind of see a little bit of my process and some of the clips that I've made. And I know I've poked fun at myself a little bit here, but the reality is I really truly wanted to get some content out for you guys around $half. And unfortunately, this is probably the worst $half hunt you will find on YouTube. So if you at least stuck around and listened to some of me yammer on about how hard it is to coin roll hunt halves these days, I really, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please do check out my old content because I do find a lot of stuff. The month of March was just, it opened really strong and then went silent. So I found a lot of good quarters. I found a lot of good nickels. I had some really good copper hunts with pennies. Just $half didn't work out after those first couple of boxes in March. So, and if you are new here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would drop down below this video and, consider clicking on that subscribe button and clicking on that little bell and selecting all so you get notified each time I drop a new video. And while you're down there, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. So with that said, this is my $half box hunt for the remainder of March. Thank you guys, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.